Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. So the Clippers win the tip. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. Now Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup. Thomas with the ball. It's back to Hill. Now here's Dumars. It's back to Hill. Outside Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Clippers.
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat.
First quarter of play. 1 minute played. Back to Maggette. Pass to Griffin. Right side Griffin. Paul outside. The 19-foot shot. And wishes it off the right side of the rim. And Detroit has possession. And here is Thomas. Grant Hill on the wing. Back to Thomas. Grant Hill on the wing. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Paul. Pass to McAdoo. Maggette with it. Here's Paul. Back to Maggette. Lock at 6. Buries it from three-point range.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Outside Thomas. The kick out to Dumars. Hill. Off his leg. And the refs whistling a kick ball. Pass to Dumars. It's back to Hill. Right side Hill. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Thomas. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Clippers in the lead. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Maggette up top. Here's Griffin. Kicks it out to Paul. The dive for the ball. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. It's tipped. Paul with the steal. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Griffin. Backing him down. Takes the turnaround J. Detroit with the ball. Still without a basket in the game. Grant Hill on the wing. Back to Thomas. That's good.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Paul with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Maggette. Now here's Griffin. Back to Maggette. Jacks up a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Pistons trailing. Grant Hill on the wing. Right side Hill. That is good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
To the paint. And the slam by Blake Griffin. Now Thomas. They set the pick.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Pass to Maggette. Back to Paul. Here's McAdoo. 4 on the clock. Out to Maggette. Launches it. And that one's good. He's got 6.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
It's back to Hill. Hill left side. Here's McAdoo. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And that one's good by Maggette.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here's Thomas. Makes it off the glass. Here's Paul. Pass to Maggette. And here's Griffin. Back to Maggette. Here's the 3. Now Griffin. There's the 3. And again, Corey Maggette. 12 points for him.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. One of the stories here. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. It's back to Hill. Shot clock at 6. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. So it's Detroit now. It's a 10-point game. And he gets it to go. Now here's Paul. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Thomas. Grant Hill on the wing. To the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. And here is Paul. Pass to McAdoo. Kicks it out to Paul. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Thomas with the ball. Outside Hill. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 6.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
And here is Paul. Pass to McAdoo. They set the pick. Rebound by Wallace.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. Defense stood tall there.
Now Paul. Pass to Maggette. And Hill over to help. And Griffin backs in. 6 to shoot. And that one's good. He's got 6.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Here's Thomas. Back to Wallace. Hill. Outside for Thomas. Offside Thomas. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. Now here's Paul. And the Clippers call time here. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Redick with it. Back to Walton. Redick with it. Three-pointer. And it's J.J. Redick with a three. The Pistons trail it. Outside, Billups. Back to DeBusschere. Pass to Griffin. Kamen's there. Fades back. 6 on the shot clock. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Here's Free. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And what he can do with the ball in his hands borders on miraculously ridiculous sometimes. He's broken a few ankles in his day, that's for sure.
The free throw drops for Free. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here we go with Chauncey Billups. They set the pick. Griffin. Back to Billups. Here's Stackhouse. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Now here's Kaman up top. Pass to Free. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. From outside, off the mark. Detroit with the ball. Trailing by 5. Here's Free. And here's Gordon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. It's blocked. And they're able to recover. Tries again, and he knocks down the jumper. Here's Billups. Pass to Hamilton. Here's Griffin. And Griffin backs in. Right side, Griffin. Right side, Billups. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here comes World B. Free. Redick with it. Pass to Free. Money from the wing. And the Pistons with possession. 9-point game. Outside Billups. Here's Stackhouse. Now DeBusschere. Back to Billups. Stackhouse. Good on the triple. He's got 5. Here's Free. 1 second left. Another one falls for the Clippers. And that does it for the first quarter. The Clippers on top. And the second quarter about to... And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers? Here's Billups. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Hamilton. Back to Billups. No good on the triple. Now Gordon. Here's Free. Now here's Redick. Here's Free. Clock at 6. And here's Redick. Here's Gordon. 3-pointers off the mark.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
Here's Free. Back to Kaman. Pass to Free. Eric Gordon on the wing. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 8.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
And the Pistons with possession here. Trailing by 10. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Griffin. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Bing. Pass to Rodman. Shot clock at 6. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Here's Harper. Williams with the ball. There's the pick. Kicks it out to Gordon. No one near him. Shot's good.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside, Billups. Pass to Griffin. Detroit, no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Williams lays it up and banks it in. And here is Billups. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now Gordon. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. He has 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Harper. Outside, Williams. Pass to Harper. Back to Williams. And the Clippers making a switch here. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Jordan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing. So he comes up empty, missing both. This Pistons squad struggling. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now, here's Dumars. To end the run. Hill inside. And so here are the Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Detroit with the ball. Bing. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Hill. Launches a 3. And he gets it to go. He's got 9.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
They set the screen. Here's Harper. Pass to Williams. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. Now Dumars. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now Hill. Bing. Bing. Shoots from the elbow. And the bank shot is good.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Now here's Williams. Pass to McAdoo. Now here's Jordan. Right side, Jordan. Here's Harper. Shot, no good. Dumars with it. Bing. Back to Dumars. Bing. That one wide left. And so here are the Clippers. And here is Williams. Here's McAdoo. Pass to Maggette. Back to Williams. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Rodman with the ball. Now Dumars. Lanier. Here's Harper. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. And here are the Clippers now. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Left side, Jordan. Tries to save it. 6 to shoot. From the top of the key. A shot by Paul, no good.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Stolen by Maggette. Outside, Griffin. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here comes Isaiah Thomas. 6 points for him. Hill left side. There's the pick. Lanier. Clock at 4. Now here's Thomas. An emphatic alley-oop jam. And so here are the Clippers. The lead is 15. Paul outside. Pass to Maggette. Back to Paul. Now here is Maggette. Now here is Maggette. 12 points for him. It's hauled in by Grant Hill.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Now here's Thomas. Pass to Griffin. And he converts the layup. He's got 8. Now, here's Thomas. And here is Hill. There's a screen. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's McAdoo. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Maggette. Lets the 3 fly. That's good.
And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
Thomas with the ball. He has 6. Right side, Thomas. Now Dumars. Outside, Hill. Right side, Hill. Lanier. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 8 points for him.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Here's Paul. Pass to Maggette. Now Jordan. Jordan with the bucket.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Now the Pistons with it. It's an 18-point game. Outside Thomas. Always going up for the alley-oop here. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack. Now here's Paul. Pass to McAdoo. There's a good screen. Now here's Jordan. And it's good. He has 6.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Outside Hill. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's his first trip to the line. The free throw drops for Hill. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So it's the Clippers now. And here is Paul. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. Shot, high post. Rebound by Wallace. Now here's Dumars. To McAdoo. Kicks it out to Paul. Tipped away. Oh, trying for it. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Maggette with it. Now here's Maggette. And another 3 for the Clippers. Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him. Outside Hill. Lets it go with a 3. No good on the buzzer beater. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far. As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. One of the stories here, Corey Maggette getting it done today. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Wallace left side, pass to Thomas. Rocket 6. Paul with the steal, and they're moving it up. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Now Dumars looking for his first basket still in this one. Hill poked away, and here's the break. Pass to Maggette. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
And Detroit has possession, trailing by 19. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Now, here's Thomas. 5 on the clock. Paul outside. Pass to Maggette. Here's Griffin. From 6 feet, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Thomas. 6 points for him. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Stolen by Maggette. It's stolen by Hill. Griffin grabs the board. It's been all Clippers. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. And that one's good by Maggette. 23 points in the game.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Now, here's Thomas. Rebounded by McAdoo. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Paul with the ball. Pass to McAdoo. Six on the shot clock. Maggette with it. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. And the Clippers have possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Paul outside. Griffin shoots a fader outside Griffin. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Hill. Dumars. Pass to Thomas. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
The defender was just too slow and got burnt for the layup. He needs to work on that agility and his foot speed. Too slow, son.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Free throw no good for Thomas.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Here's Maggette. That's blocked. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside Thomas. There's the screen. Here's the teardrop. And he gets the bucket. 10 points for him.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Pass to Maggette from outside the arc. Here's McAdoo. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. 10 points for him. With the teardrop. Shot is blocked. And here is Paul. Pass to Jordan. Back to Paul. Here's McAdoo. Shot clock at 6. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And stolen by Wallace. Outside Thomas. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Here's Paul. Pass to Maggette. And here's Griffin. Shoots from the baseline. And that one's good. Griffin. He's got 10.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Outside Thomas. Here's the screen. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And he's just had 1 attempt at the line earlier. First free throw is good. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And both free throws good for Thomas. It's been all Clippers. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Now Gordon. He has 6. Right side Gordon. Right side Gordon. Right side Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Kaman misses from short range.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Now here is Hamilton. Pass to Thomas. Back to Hamilton. And here is Thomas. Here's Stackhouse. No good from Stackhouse. Now here's Gordon. Now here's Reddick. Offensive rebound. Walton. Soft touch off the glass.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
From 13. And that one's good. Griffin. And so here are the Clippers. It's an 18-point lead. Here's Free. 8 points for him. Pass to Kaman. Here's Free. Now Reddick. Hamilton with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Back to Thomas. Right side Thomas. All alone. Shot is no good. And here's Gordon. 6 points for him. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Gordon. And the Pistons making a change here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Detroit with the ball. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Pass to Griffin. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Here's Free. 8 points for him. And Billups pulls it down. There's the screen. Here's Stackhouse. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feat.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Clark, confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, no question about it. Like they say on the playground, scoreboard.
Now, here's Reddick. And the shot is good. He's got 5. And the Pistons with possession. Outside, Billups. Pass to Griffin. Here's Stackhouse. Billups with the ball. And here's Hamilton. Clock at 6. DeBusschere down low.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And here we go with World B Free. Shot from free throw range. It's rebounded by DeBusschere. And Detroit has possession. They trail by 18. Outside Billups. It's Rip Hamilton on the wing. Here's Stackhouse. Here's Stackhouse. That's good. 8 points for him.
And another specialty of his is the three ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
Pass to Kaman. Here's Free. Sinks that one from the post. And here is Billups. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Stackhouse. Now, here is DeBusschere. Count the bucket.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Now Gordon. 8 points for him. Here's Reddick. Back to Gordon. From downtown, the shot will not go. Now here's Billups. Back to Hamilton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Here's Reddick. Pass to Free. Now Reddick. Free. And here is Kaman. Gordon with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. 11 points in the game.
A wide-open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Billups. DeBusschere. Pass to Griffin. And stolen by Gordon. Here's Free. 10 points for him. Kaman with the ball. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
Up top, Griffin. Back to Billups. Takes a 3. Good on the shot.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Here's Reddick. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 8 points for him. Billups with the ball. With 1 on the clock. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Clippers. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Williams with the ball. Now Reddick. Pass to Harper. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Here's Rodman. Drills the three-pointer. Now Williams. Here's Harper. Back to Williams. Pass to Harper. Kaman with the ball. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Wallace. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. There's a screen. Bing. Good. Here's Harper. Pass to Kaman. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Now the Pistons with it. It's a 13-point game. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And here is Rodman. And it's Chauncey Billups for 3. Here's Harper. Pass to Free. And here is Kamen. Here's Free. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from 14. There's the block. And here's the fast break. Right side Billups. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Pass to Wallace. Griffin's there. The jump hook. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Here's Harper. Here's Free. 6 to shoot. Pass to Griffin. Wallace on him. Looking to end the drought. Griffin's shot is off.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Outside Billups. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. Here's Harper. Outside Williams. Pass to Harper. Here's Free. Here's Free. And the shot is good. Now here's Wallace. Wallace with the ball. Wallace misses. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Free. Here's Harper. Now here's Williams. And blocked. But they'll get another chance. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Free. The 3 ball. The shot is off.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Bing. Bing. Off the left rim and out.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
And that one's good.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Pulls from the top of the key. That's good on the jump shot. So it's the Clippers now. They're leading by 8. Here's Free. Pass to Harper. Here's Free. Pocket 6. Here's Free. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Now Billups. Pass to Rodman.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
And the Clippers making a change here. Now here's Paul. Pass to Maggette. Now Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin. And Detroit has possession. Down by 12. Outside Hill. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. The shot. They get it back. Manila.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
Now here's Paul. Offensive rebound. Here's Griffin. The 3rd shot of the possession finally falls for him.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Ball is up on top. Back to Thomas. Knocks it loose. Wallace outside. Detroit, no good that time either.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Back to Paul. Pass to Maggette. Paul with the ball. Here's McAdoo. Tries a three. Cannot hit. Now the Pistons with it. It's a 14-point game. Throws up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam. And it's the Clippers with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Pass to Griffin. Wallace on him. The baseline J. And that one goes long.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Now Dumars. And here is Wallace. Now here's Wallace. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go. And he hits the jump shot.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
And here are the Clippers. 10-point lead. Right side, Griffin. Back to Paul. Pass to Maggette. And here's Griffin. The fader. And he gets it to go.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Coach can't be pleased with their inconsistency on the defensive glass. They've been caught taking pictures out there. They're watching, as opposed to getting in there and securing the orange.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle.
They set the pick. Here's Dumars. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Dumars. Pass to Thomas. Clock at 6. Griffin grabs the board.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Shoots the three, and that one's good by Maggette. 28 points for him.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
They set the screen. Now, here's Thomas. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Here's Thomas. Shot denied. Here's McAdoo. Paul with the ball. Pass to Maggette. Now here's Griffin. Right side Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. Maggette pulls up on the wing. Can't get it to go. There's the pick. Now, here's Detroit, no good that time either.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Paul with the ball. Pass to Maggette. Here's Griffin. Wallace on him. Fades. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's Detroit's ball. Trailing by 17. Outside Thomas. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Right side Griffin. Back to Paul. And the layup's good off the glass. And so it's Detroit with the ball. 17-point game. They set the pick. And here is Thomas. Paul with the steal. So the Clippers Corey Maggette.